Yeah, live on Facebook. Say what's up real quick, man.
What's going on? What's going on, Dante Nation fans? Bo Mac.
Bo Mac, Terrence Crawford training right here.
Watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
How good is Crawford?
Crawford is amazing, not just good. He's amazing. I think he should be in the book for
Really? Is that good?
how to learn boxing. You know.
Really?
He's a very good fighter. Yeah, I like to watch his fights.
For me, pound for pound, number one is Terrence Crawford. I like this man.
I think it's Crawford first.
I think Terrence Crawford right now in the sport of boxing is the pound for pound best fighter in the sport of boxing right now.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So ever since this fight was signed between Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford, the closer we get to it, you can sense there is a fear from old media and race fans that Terrence Crawford, he's going to embarrass Canelo Alvarez and win this fight. Jump up 2 to 3 weight classes and beat Canelo. If Crawford beats Canelo Alvarez, this will be the most embarrassing loss of Canelo Alvarez's career when we compare this loss to his other losses against Bivol and Floyd Mayweather. Like I said, from the day this fight was announced, race fans have been trying to use every excuse to discredit Terrence Crawford. A couple weeks ago, they were saying, oh, Crawford, he doesn't deserve to fight Canelo Alvarez. He should have to fight a super middleweight before he even fights Canelo. Before the fight was announced and we knew it was coming to fruition, you had some fans that were even saying that Crawford, he should have to fight against David Benavidez to get the Canelo Alvarez fight. Then out of nowhere, they start calling Crawford a runner. Every time he does an interview, you got people like Max Kellerman and other old media members saying, are you going to come to fight or are you going to run? When we all know that Terrence Crawford has never been known as a quote unquote runner. Here, just listen to the questions that they keep asking Terrence Crawford and his team.
Expecting Crawford to box on the outside. Heard what Turkey said, he wants people to trade.
Listen, man, we just going to get out there and win. Do whatever we need to do to win. You know, I ain't going to give out the game plan or nothing like that, but what everybody thinks is just, I know we're going to win. You know what? It's going to be a good fight, tough fight. In the first couple of rounds, Terrence is going to figure it out. And we probably stop him in the late rounds. We probably stop him.
Has anyone noticed the dichotomy that when Mikey Garcia moved up 2 weight classes to fight Errol Spence, none of the media members pressured Mikey Garcia to trade punches, to just stand there, not use the ring, and just go toe-to-toe until someone gets knocked out, hopefully. But every old media member is saying this to Terrence Crawford. We know what time it is. What makes this whole situation so remarkable is Terrence Crawford, he's already at a disadvantage when it comes to his size. Now they want him to put one hand behind his back. This is basically what they're saying. They're saying, Terrence Crawford, you know damn well you too good. You know damn well you way more skilled than Canelo Alvarez. You're going to have to do something to give him a little bit of a chance. It's like a grown-ass man racing against a kid. You got to give the kid a little head start. You know what, man? Terrence Crawford, he should say, I tell y'all what, man, let's make a deal. I won't use no foot movement at all, and Canelo Alvarez, he has to keep his hands down and not block. How about that? I mean, this is getting ridiculous. You don't tell a football team or a basketball team that you're about to go up against what plays they can make and what plays they can't make. I mean, you don't hear no journalists or analysts saying, I bet you can't win the game without passing the ball to so-and-so. I'm telling y'all, man, they know how good Terrence Crawford is. And this is why I always tell you guys that when it comes to Black American boxers, they are set at a higher standard. They expect black boxers to fight with one hand tied behind their back. Floyd Mayweather, you guys remember after Floyd Mayweather beat Manny Pacquiao? He was 38 years old. Old media was saying, and race fans, they were saying he needs to move up to middleweight and fight Gennady Golovkin. They felt like that was the only chance somebody would have against Floyd Mayweather, is to be way, way bigger than them when Floyd Mayweather is 38 years old. Meanwhile, Lomachenko, he retires at age 37. They were urging him not to fight against Gervonta Tank Davis. They did not want to see Loma fight against him because they feared he would get knocked out. They did not want to see Loma get knocked out for the very first time, and certainly not against a Black American fighter. And just remember, some of the differences is from the Floyd Mayweather situation, like I said, they wanted to see Floyd Mayweather move up from welterweight to middleweight. Lomachenko fights in the same weight class that Gervonta Tank Davis does. And Lomachenko, he started his professional career a lot later than Floyd Mayweather did, like a lot of Eastern European and Cuban fighters do. So in boxing years, Lomachenko is a lot younger than 37. That's the reason why he looks so dominant against George Kambosos. And when you compare Lomachenko to Terence Crawford, when it comes to, once again, them saying they don't want to see Terence Crawford, quote unquote, run, which really means they don't want to see him use angles. They don't want to see him move at all. Imagine Terence Crawford still being at 147 and Lomachenko wants to move up to 147 to fight Terence Crawford. Do you think you would ever hear any reporter saying, are you going to stand there and trade with Crawford, or are you going to move and use those angles? We know they're not going to ask questions like that because they would want to see Lomachenko win by all means necessary. They wouldn't even care if it was a blatant robbery. As long as his hand was raised, that's all that would matter to them. Guys, do you know why Crawford versus Madrimov was such a competitive fight? Why it was one of Crawford's most difficult fights? Because of Madrimov's angles in the fight. That's why it was so difficult. He was using a lot of angles, moving, and he was very cautious. He did whatever it took to not get hit by Crawford. If you take away Madrimov's angles in that fight, he most likely gets stopped by Crawford. And when it comes to Canelo Alvarez, he doesn't have angles. He doesn't have great foot movement. He's slow on his feet, which is the reason why they want Crawford to conform to a style that's more suitable for Canelo Alvarez. And it's so stupid because it's basically like the media, what they're really doing is they're just telling the whole boxing world what Canelo Alvarez's flaws are, which is something obviously Crawford already knows. William Scoe was actually better than what Canelo and a lot of people, including myself, expected to be. I seen Canelo show so much respect to William Scoe in that fight, which is something that obviously old media is not talking about. Of course, they want to mislead the public and say, oh, William Scoe, he didn't come to fight. How did he not come to fight when he was landing more punches than Canelo was in a lot of the rounds? And it could be said that he actually won the fight. Canelo would actually have William Scoe's back against the ropes. There were even times when Canelo would have William Scoe in a corner. And do you guys know Canelo Alvarez, he would stand there and pause, and sometimes he would even back up because he was so afraid of the counter. If Canelo gives Crawford that level of respect, he has no chance of winning this fight, and he might get stopped just like trainer Bomac said. But this is different though, because Crawford is nowhere near the size that William Scoe is naturally. So that changes the entire dynamic. At the end of the day, Canelo Alvarez, he is going to do whatever it takes to win the fight. And that's all fans want from Canelo Alvarez. Terence Crawford, unfortunately for you guys, is going to do the exact same thing. Something else you'll notice is they're doing the exact same thing to Shakur Stevenson when it comes to the Williams-Zepeda fight, asking him those same questions. Are you going to stand there and trade, or are you going to move? Which they really mean just box. But what's so ironic is none of them are asking Hamza Shiraz this question. When Hamza Shiraz, he fought a way more defensive fight against Carlos Adames than Shakur fought in his very last two fights. In fact, Shakur Stevenson was the aggressor in his last two fights. Hamza Shiraz, he moved around the ring, didn't throw too many punches, and in the championship rounds, he pretty much gave up and he was just trying to survive. But yet they want to put him in the main event against Berlanga, and no one is asking Shiraz these questions. Are you going to trade with him? Or are you going to fight on the back foot? Are you going to move around, stick and move? See, the truth is, when it comes to that fight, maybe Turkey wants Shiraz to win and he doesn't care how he gets to win as long as he wins the fight. But when it comes to fans in general, because no black fighter is involved, they really don't care who wins, if it's Shiraz or it's Berlanga, and they don't care how they get the win. When it comes to Terence Crawford and Shakur Stevenson, they have to conform. We know what time it is. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Diki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodiki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.